All right, so today I want to talk about how what GoBrain Go promises to you guys is similar to bowling with bumpers. And so you guys have all bowled before, and we've bowled as a company before. And so you know when you've got the bowling alley and you've got the gutter on either side, and you've got your 10 pins, and obviously the goal is to knock down as many as possible. The challenge is, if bowling, is to try to keep it out of the gutter, and so when you have bumpers, then that helps you keep it out of there, right? So when you are bowling with bumpers, you've increased your opportunity for success. So at times, that means you've increased your opportunity for fun, the level of fun. Because now you're going to have less failure because, in this instance, going into the gutter is the equivalent of failing. Then this does not mean, though, that you're promised a strike every time. If I could spell it right. It does not mean you're promised to get a strike every time, but you are you're going to have increased odds because there's going to be less opportunity for failure. So the same thing happens with GoBrain Go, is that here you have more opportunities for growth and opportunities for, bless you, and for when you have more opportunities for growth, for our people, that means you're going to have more opportunities for fun. That does not mean that we are going to promise an entertaining party every day, although that would be fun. But what this means is that for the people who find fulfillment fun, which are the people that believe in our mission, vision, values, specifically all those values, then that means the opportunities for growth translates into opportunities for fulfillment, which translates into opportunities for fun. Because what ends up happening is, we've talked many times about growth, is that these times are really difficult, but they're also opportunities to be very fulfilling. As opposed to this, if you just plateaued, this would be very easy, but not fulfilling. It would get boring after a while. And so the thing is, with this type of growth, oftentimes you're going to fail in this situation. And many times failure comes out in frustrations. So when you're feeling frustrated, oftentimes that means because you're failing at something. That means you're struggling with something. That means you're pushing through. That means you're grinding. But if you look at that opportunity to look at the source of that frustration and look at it as an opportunity for growth, then you're going to find that you're probably smack dab right in the middle of a really great growth opportunity. And so when you look at it from this perspective, you can kind of readjust frustrations, as opposed to saying, hey, I thought this was going to be an entertaining party, to say, no, this is actually an opportunity for growth. And if you find growth opportunities fulfilling, then in turn that is going to be something that you find enjoyable and you find fun. So with failure, it's kind of the same way with no risk, no reward. The same thing is no failure or no opportunities for failure, no opportunities for growth. And so, although when you're bowling with bumpers, it can be more fun because you can start crazy bowling and you bounce it off, and there's not going to be any chance that you're going to throw a gutter ball. What ends up happening is if there's no opportunity for failure, there's no opportunity for growth. So I've bowled a 200 once in my life and won 90s 3 times. But guess what I would say, and I'm pretty proud of that, and that's something that worked hard at. But if I follow that up with, oh yeah, and it was with bumpers, okay, that merit of that success really falls dramatically because there wasn't really opportunity for failure. There was no really growth in that. And so that's where we've got to look for is these opportunities that are going to cause frustrations, but are also going to cause growth. And so, that's really, what Go Brand Go promises to you guys is those opportunities to grow personally and professionally every day. That's bottom right values, to grow personally and professionally every day. And how we can promise that is that we're going to provide, ever increasingly difficult challenges that is backed with the training and support that is going to allow you to fail forward safely. And this is the key, is if you're bowling with no bumpers and if you throw a gutter ball, that means your game is over, and that means you have to leave, you have to quit. That's not failing forward safely. That's high risk as far as bowling is concerned. But when we provide the opportunity that if you throw a gutter ball, that's okay, as long as you learn from it, as long as you grow, then that's where that opportunity comes in to really focus on channeling those frustrations of failure into fulfillment of growth. And so, once again, when you're looking at the satisfaction of the challenges that you face every day, look for the things that are going to push you beyond what your comfort zone is. Look for the opportunities to really expand what is possible of what you can do, because that's how you get better. But if you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. If you're not ever failing and if you're not ever frustrated, that means you are stuck in this plateau. And if you're stuck on a plateau, that means you're not going to be here very long, because here is, if you're not having the opportunity to have any gutter balls, if here you're not growing, that means you're in a rut. And if you're in a rut, you're going to be bored, then you're going to be frustrated in a much different capacity because there's not that growth, which is what all the people here, because they were hired, because you guys believe and you guys are those values, you embody those values, that you have to have that growth in order to be fulfilled. And so if you find yourself at a plateau, that means that you need to be pushing yourself to that next opportunity for failure in order to succeed and making yourself grow.